Hello everybody, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video. This is of course another video showing you all of the customs currently up for sale in my eBay shop. I still have a bunch from the last video, which is why I wasn't originally planning to make this video so soon. Honestly, I was just going to save all the customs I'm about to show you for LPS Con, which does mean that this will be the last video until LPS Con is over, because I need to stock up on inventory for that. But I really need some money right now, so I decided that I would put up 10 new customs on my eBay for you guys to take a look at and possibly purchase if you're interested. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Alright, here's the pile of all the customs from the last video that are still available. If you would like a more in-depth look at all of them, definitely go watch that. But we have this collie inspired by 909. We have this blue rhino. We have this little pink kitten. We have this very cool orange chameleon. We have this little puppy. And finally, this galaxy axolotl. And now for the brand new customs, we have this one, which has actually already been sold. Sorry guys, you will not be finding this one in the description of this video. My friend Yeti actually purchased this one already, and I assume they'll make an unboxing video, so if that's out, I'll put a link in the cards, and you can go definitely check it out. If you haven't seen my most recent video posted right before this one, this is part of the April Fool's Day collab that me and a bunch of other LPS customizers did, and Yeti was also part of that, so I feel like it was only fitting that they purchased this custom. The only reason why I am showing it to you guys in this video is because I finally figured out what I wanted to put on top of its little hat. I added this little star. I think it glows in the dark too, which is pretty cool, but yeah, I just felt like the hat was missing something, so I decided to add that there. And again, if you haven't seen my video about this custom, definitely go watch it. It is a customizing time-lapse, so you can see exactly how I painted this one. Alright, so now for the customs that are actually available for sale. First up, we have this little otter. I decided to make another otter custom because the one that I showed you guys in my previous video sold really well, so I take it that means you guys like the otter bases. I think they're really, really adorable. I had so much fun painting this one. This one actually does have some sculpted parts. I sculpted the little bits of cheek fluff on the sides of the cheeks, which I think makes it look even cuter. The overall design is pretty simple. It's just got a bunch of little spots, but I really, really love the orange eyes, and I also gave it an orange nose, orange inside the ears, and these cute little orange paws. Then we have another head swap custom, of course. I have so many Great Dane heads lying around that I never know what to do with, so I decided to finally try a head swap with a Great Dane. The problem with Great Danes is that their bodies are really amazing for head swaps, but their heads are just so big for pretty much every body that they look really, really strange. And I would say that this custom does look pretty weird, but I also think it looks pretty cute. This is a head swap between a Great Dane, obviously, and a Chow Chow body. So the body of this custom was actually taken from the clown dog. But this one also has sculpted parts. I sculpted little cheek fluff on this one, just like I did with the otter. I really like this one's design, though. It reminds me of Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies with the brown, like chocolatey color, and then the minty green color. I basically just added a bunch of little flowers that also kind of remind me of clovers. And I think this one's really cute. I would love to play around with a design like this on a future custom. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this head swap. I still don't really know if I actually like it, but I do like the way that this custom looks like. And again, I wanted to play around with the eyes, so I made them pointing in the same direction, which is always a challenge and not something that I do very often with my customs. So I decided I needed to challenge myself and do it with this custom. Then we have my very first Clydesdale horse custom. This custom is made to look like a medieval unicorn, so it has this really cool horn that I sculpted and then this super long tail. I don't really like horses or like unicorns or anything like that, but I think that medieval unicorns have really, really interesting designs, and I really like them, so I decided that I wanted to transform this LPS into one of them because I think this base just works perfectly for it, and I definitely wanted to give this one a little bit more thought and detail than I feel like I do with some of these. So I sculpted again the horn, this little braid here, the fluff on the back, and then the tail, and then the end of the tail also has like a little braided piece as well to tie it into the braid that I added there. And I just wanted to give it some like nice pastel blue and pink colors. It even has some gradients on the ears, the snout, and like the knees as well. A bunch of little freckles. I also love the way that I painted the eyes. Again, I didn't use black in this custom, so I wanted it to feel as pastel as possible. Got like these little twinkly diamonds in the eyes as well, which I think is super cute. This is probably my favorite custom from this video, and I would love to make more medieval unicorn customs in the future. But obviously this is a custom on a G7 base figure, so the Clydesdale horse, I did have to add a little bit of clay here on the leg because I cut off its original tail, and the way the base is molded, the tail is actually connected to the leg, which I actually used this horse's original tail on a custom you'll be seeing later in the video. And here is what the bottom looks like. Then we have another G7 LPS custom and another one of my very first customs on this type of base. So this is made using a Lucky Cat base, and I decided that I wanted to turn it into a snow leopard. This one also has sort of some like minty accent colors as well, which I really like. And this one also has sculpted parts. So I sculpted the fluff on the tips of the ears, the hair here, the fluff on the cheeks, and this big tail tail. Everything here was sculpted using epoxy sculpt. The unicorn sculpting was done using Kneadatite. But yeah, this one has a bunch of little spots. I really, really like it. I honestly love this base. I think it is so cute. Its eyes are honestly really far apart, but they just have such a nice shape, and I love the overall shape of the head. And I think it looks so cute with the extra fluff that I added. And the body's great as well, so I would really love to get my hand on more of these bases and make more customs from it, because this is another one of my favorite ones from this video. Then we have another head swap. This head swap has actually been laying around in my collection of bases for probably like 5 years now, and I finally decided to paint it. It is a head swap between a Persian cat head and a wolf cat body. I think this head swap works really, really well together. I think it's super cute, and this one has no sculpted parts. I just wanted to make another nice little brown cat because I know a lot of people, myself included, really like natural looking brown customs, and I also decided to give this one green eyes because I think green eyes are probably my favorite eye color on LPS, but honestly I don't really give my customs green eyes very often. I feel like usually I do blue eyes, so I just wanted to give this one very, very vibrant green eyes. And I just sort of had like this idea of a custom with a dark fur color but with white or very lightly colored stripes, so that's kind of what I went with here. It's a little bit like a tiger but also just like a normal cat at the same time. And here's what the bottom looks like. This one has one painted paw, just a little hand that's sticking out here. Then we have this Corky Custom, also on a G7 base. This one has sculpting here on the hair, and then for the tail, this little piece right here is the only thing on the tail that I sculpted, but the rest of the tail is actually taken from the Clydesdale horse. I just glued it on and then added the little bit of sculpting to attach it more in place better and make it smooth into the body, and I think it looks so cute. I love this Corgi base, but my biggest complaint about it is that it doesn't really have a tail, and I understand that most real Corgis don't have tails either, but it just looks so much cuter with a big fluffy tail. So I'm really happy that this tail swap sort of worked out here, and I would definitely love to use more Clydesdale horse tails on other customs. But this is a little fruit themed one. It has these little polymer clay sliced strawberries in the ears. I used to make fruit themed customs all the time, so it was fun to revisit that idea with this one. It wasn't originally going to be fruit themed, but when I saw all the colors together, it reminded me of strawberries, so I decided to lean into that. It also has these little star glitters in the eyes, which I think are very cute, and here's what the bottom looks like. I think my favorite part of this custom is the way that I painted the tail. It just reminds me, again, of a little strawberry. The next two customs are both partial repaint customs. So the first one is made from a fake purple collie. So if you're unfamiliar, this is what the original LPS looked like, and you can see the modifications that I added here. Of course, I repainted this one's eyes and then gave it a bunch of extra little purpley details, and I thought yellow eyes would fit well to complement the purple. This is probably my least favorite custom in the video. I'm not super happy with the way that the eyes turned out, and it's just not very interesting. Again, I do love the tail on this one though. I think the colors look really cool together. I don't know, it's just not really doing it for me, so this one will probably be the cheapest out of all of these customs. I still think that she is pretty though, and she has these little black paws on the bottom as well. Then we have another partial repaint, and this one I actually do really like. This is my first time doing a partial repaint of a G7 LPS, and as you can see, it is made from the purple panda, and I repainted its eyes and added these little heart glitters in there as well, along with the heart eye shape, because I thought that that design element with the hearts of the original panda was very, very cute. And with this one, I basically just added like a bunch of different little hearts around. So these purple hearts on the face, these freckles, the ones on the side, all the hearts on the back, especially I really like the ones on the ears, and then on the body as well. It also has these two smaller hearts on its shoulder, which are harder to see. And then as you can see, the paw pads I kind of changed up, gave them heart shapes as well, painted this paw here. And basically my idea with adding all of the hearts was kind of inspired by the yellow axolotl, how it has like all these different little stars on it, which I think is a really cute design element. So I decided to incorporate it into my version of this panda, and I didn't know what eye color to give it, but someone suggested that I do yellow, and then somebody else suggested I do blue, so I did both, and I think she is very pretty, and I would love to do more partial repaints like this in the future. And for the final custom in this video, we have this mermaid cat. I'm also not super crazy about this one. I don't really like the design direction that I decided to go with this one, but I do really like the sculpting. I sculpted this big tail. I think this is probably like the best fish tail that I've done before. So the base of the tail was done using epoxy sculpt, same with the fin, and then the actual base fins were done with Kneadatite. And then on the face, I also sculpted the hair with epoxy sculpt, and it's kind of like in this interesting twisted pattern that I've never really done before. It's kind of different than the other curly hair I've done. And this one's also a head swap between a short hair cat head and a monkey body. I just thought that would be an interesting head swap and would work well for a mermaid. But again, not super crazy about the colors that I chose or the design that I went with. These are just not really my colors, but I know like a lot of people have different tastes than I do, so I decided to branch out and use colors that I wouldn't normally use. So I hope that there's somebody out there who likes this custom. And she also has little heart glitters in her eyes as well. And there you have it, guys. These are all the new customs currently up for sale in my eBay shop. shop. If you want to go check them out, I would really appreciate it. Everything will be linked down below in the description. Like I mentioned, this will be my last one of these videos until LPS Con, which is in like mid-July. So my next video will probably come out around then, although I will be doing a video right before the con showing all the customs that I will be selling there. So that's just kind of a little thing to look out for. I would really appreciate it if you want to buy any of these customs. It would help me out a lot. But of course, between now and then, if you want to help support my channel and you want to buy a custom from me, my custom commissions are open over on my Etsy, which will also be linked down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!